got on the other side, and I had friends on the other side.
What was it like when you walked in with an officer's cap?
Well, I didn't. That was the next day.
Yeah.
We had to show it the next day, and I wasn't by myself. There were others that had some pretty good things too.
Pretty impressive, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when did you become the team captain at UT?
My senior year.
Your senior year?
I'm not sure, but generally speaking, seniors were the ones that were elected.
And you were the starting point guard, and I'm trying to remember. Did you do the jump at the beginning of the game? Is that
Not varsity? I did
not varsity?
No.
Okay, freshman you did.
Yeah, I did.
Cool. And one of the things Jason points out here is that you played an above the rim game when the game was really still mostly played below the rim. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Well, that's partially true. I did a whole lot more being up there above the rim than playing there. There's a whole lot of, I could jump over the gym, out of the gym, I thought, and over the rim. But that wasn't enough. You could get up there, you had to have staying power.
Mm-hmm.
You had to do something once you got up there, and that was to rebound and get the ball. Well, by the time I got up there, and anytime I left, there's going to be a big body that's going to be coming in, and if you're not careful, you're not going to get the ball. Mm-hmm. So my advantage was, in all this was that while I was a point guard, I was given the opportunity to rebound both offensively and defensively. But if you're a point guard sitting out looking at 9 other, or at least 8 other players, mm-hmm. and the ball goes up and hits, who else in the gym has a better view of where that ball's going to go? And a guy that can move and can run, mm-hmm. And get to it, you can get, and by the way, they call that a rebound. If it hits the rim and rebounds over close to that one out of bounds, but it's still, you get it even today. Mm-hmm. That's a rebound, and I got a lot of my rebounds were that kind of rebound. I got to go. Defensively was different. You play around the rim a lot more defense.
Mm-hmm.
Following up on that note,
uh-huh.
About being able to, how high could he get above the rim and putting his elbow on the rim?
Yeah, I was just looking at that. He's saying, how high could you get?
Well,
he said you could touch it with your elbows. Is that right?
Yeah, that wasn't a problem. I could stick my elbow over the rim all day and all night. I could run to that. Mm-hmm. But the bigger issue was...
Hold on one second.
Jason, we have a really persistent bird on your end.
Jason, can you go on mute? Is that possible?
There he goes.
There we go. Awesome. Thanks. Sorry. You could just re-ask the question.
Yeah.
It's easier.
So, how high could you go?
Well, again, I kind of started. It doesn't make any difference how high you can go unless you can get up there with a purpose and do something. But defensively, you were in there and you could pretty well get some of it, and miss some. But offensively, where you can sit out and see what's happening before you, you've got a good chance. Those that don't go in, and those that, like, for instance, the 3-point shot today would be perfect, because the longer shot creates a longer rebound, mm-hmm. and consequently, those shots would kick out, if they missed them, would kick out for a point guard or a point forward or whomever would have an opportunity to get it, and I got a lot of those.
Yeah, he was specifically asking about you could touch the rim with your elbows.
Well, like I say, I did not both of them. I never tried it, but I could go in and put that much of my elbow over the rim, but I could do that over and over and over. Now standing and taking it in one jump, I could put my both wrists over the rim. Mm-hmm. But it has been stated somewhere where I could take one step and dunk it. I could not. I could get my hands over it in one step, but I couldn't control the ball and do that.
That makes sense.
And besides, back in those years, you weren't allowed to dunk in the game.
Oh,
It was
really?
illegal to dunk in a
Really?
basketball, yeah, dunk in a basketball game.
Interesting. Let's talk a little bit about that, how basketball was played in that era and how it's different than what we see today.
Well, the biggest difference is the athletes are a lot better. And while I was coaching, we integrated the basketball program. And back in those years, we pretty well all the Southwest Conference teams and schools, they began to become integrated. And once we started integrating basketball, they changed the basketball game, and it's still evolving. But I had some great black basketball players, and they did a whole lot for us, and both from integrating the program to playing basketball.
How are some of the rules very different than they are now?
Rules different they are now. That's a good question. I don't even know. I don't know. There's a 30-second. There's the 3-point shot, and that's the rim's still the same. The width of the lane is still the same. The length of the floor is still the same. It's basketball's not changed its rules very much.
Not that much. He has a question here, and it's a good one. What word would you use to describe the Aggies?
I've never used one word to describe the Aggies.
Well, and you're not a cusser, so it limits you a little bit.
You know, we kid a lot with the old Aggies, but when I was in high school, like I told you, I was being recruited to go to A&M, and I told them I'd visit. And back then, you could stay off special if you wanted to, and there were no rules on how long you could stay and visit. And I had in my mind that I'd go to A&M and I was going to stay a week. I got down there, and on the third day, I was stark raving mad. Here I am, I'm a farm boy, but after 3 days, the only thing at A&M I found I liked was the horses and mules and the pigs, and I didn't like A&M at all. And one of the incidents that happened to me, I'm sitting there at the A&M training facility, and all student athletes come in, and this is breakfast, and we're all having the breakfast, and I'm the only, I guess, recruit there, and I'm sitting there eating